Bye.
I kissed your ear.
Oh.
What is going on? This is Alexander Vasquez, and this is the illustrious, the gorgeous, the one and only, the phenomenal
I'm Liz.
Liz Vasquez. Just want to say hello to all you gorgeous people out there.
Hello.
And we're going to make this one pretty short. The kids are busy doing stuff on the inside, so we decided to make another one outside, even though it's, kind of not the best day. But what are we talking about today?
Wet. We thought we'd maybe do like a quarantine check-in, see how stuff is going since it's been a little while, see if like our plans and goals if we've reached them, or maybe we haven't reached them. I don't know.
Well, something that's pretty interesting to note is that when this whole thing first started, right off the bat, we were pretty much on point with knowing that we wanted to take advantage of every single day.
Yeah.
So like those first 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we got all this time. You guys are home. We can
Yeah.
like get this done. You can do this. We can have lots of family time. La 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 la.
And we were good.
Yeah, the first week was.
The first week was good. The second week was on point.
Pretty good.
We
Everybody
were
was getting up still, not sleeping till like 2 in the afternoon.
right. And the thing is that as the weeks progressed, right, and maybe a lot of you can relate to this, or maybe you guys are doing way better than us. But as the weeks progressed, there was a lot of slack. We were finding a lot of things for the kids to do. We were finding a lot of things that we could do as a family. Whenever I wasn't working, and even when I was working and the kids didn't have any schoolwork, we were still finding things for everybody to do. But as the weeks went by, things got a little bit more and more lax. And like you just said, people started sleeping in a little bit later. People started like not really doing stuff around the house anymore. The games that we were playing started getting a little monotonous and a little repetitive and stuff like that. So as we're resetting, right, because we are missing out on an opportunity here, at least in our opinion, right, to really take advantage of all this family time together, right? And like we said a couple episodes ago, with what's going on right now, it hasn't really been much of a shift than what it was before, because I was always working from home over the past couple years, or past 2-3 years.
Yeah, so us being all together, like most of the time, wasn't a big like change and adjustment. I think it's just with the kids not being in school and a little bit less structure and stuff during the day, because you're like, oh, we don't even have to go to school the next week or whatever.
How did we do so well those first 2 weeks? What helped us?
I think it was, we had like a Vasquez tribe meeting. It's cool. So we all kind of like right after dinner or whatever, we sat down and we could just kind of talk about what was going on, and we weren't sure how long it's gonna last, but we don't want to just be loafing around all the time. And the kids were a big part of the conversation, and me and Alex just kind of like guided the conversation, and they put their input, and we'd like ask a question, and then they would decide and make a decision and things like that. I think that really helped them, because they felt they had more say in the matter, more control on what they were able to do and what they wanted to do. So I think that really helped. I think, if we had maybe continued a tribal meeting,
at least
like,
once a week,
every couple
2
of
weeks
weeks
or something
or something,
like that,
just to like, how's everything going? You guys staying, doing what you said you were gonna do, or do you need help with anything? I think that might have helped.
And I think part of the reason why it also worked too is because the age group of our kids at this point, they're in the double digits, right? So it's a little bit different. Like if you have younger ones, you kind of do have to provide way more structure. So when we first had our first meeting, for example, we had talked about how we were going to get up at 8 o'clock. Everybody's going to meet up to have breakfast at 8 o'clock. Then we switched it to 10 o'clock. This is all in the same meeting, right? And finally we came to the agreement of like, okay, fine, 9 o'clock, everybody be out at the dinner table. So that way we can either have breakfast together or we wake up a little bit, but we want everybody to at least be up out of bed and out in this area by like 9 o'clock. So we can kind of just, start the day off with each other. And then by like 10:30, everybody's dressed for the day, right? And those first 2 weeks were just like phenomenal, because we did what we said. Everybody was doing gymnastics. We were working out. I was getting plenty of work done. Everything was going smoothly. The house was getting cleaned. Everything was just so on point, because everybody was working according to the plan. And it wasn't so strict or rigid.
It was like a kind of like time frame, like
just like an outline.
What are you gonna do during the day, and then just do that before the day's over.
Exactly. And then even like whoever follows us on Facebook, you saw I posted something that shows like kind of like what Liz does for the day for the kids, that just kind of shows them this is what you need to get done today, da da da. And it's not necessarily so like, you know, whoosh, you know, you gotta do this or whatever. It's more about like giving some type of structure, and then they feel great after they've accomplished these tasks. Just like you write out a list of things to do. If you accomplish them, you feel phenomenal. You feel like you got something done, as opposed to like 12 hours passing by, and you're laying in bed and you're ready to go to sleep, and you're just kind of like,
I did
what the
nothing.
heck did I do today? You know. So going into this new week, we're gonna get back on that page because it got very easy to fall back.
What do you think got us to fall back?
Accountability, because like you said, if we had met as a, you know, as our clan, as our tribal meeting, like we did that first time at the start of all this, if we had done that again like every 2 weeks or something like that, we can just kind of regroup. And it's not to point fingers at like you're not doing this, you're not doing that. It's just to regroup and reset. No different than like holding a business meeting, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but one that's actually meaningful and has something that happens with it. And so just for the record, right, this is just something that like we have found has worked for us. So we're gonna go back to that. There's a lot of people taking advantage of this situation right now in the sense of not doing anything. And that's their prerogative. That's what they want to do, and it's their form of relaxing. It's their form of just like, you know what, the kids get so much structure in school, we get so much structure at work. We don't want to plan anything. We just want the days to go by, and that's phenomenal, right? So I think whatever's working for you, and as long as your family or as long as you are happy, more props to you. We just know that for us, we definitely have certain ideals and certain things that we're trying to get accomplished, and we know that those things only happen if we are moving the needle day by day. That's at least for us.
Yeah.
So let us know what's working for you.
What are you doing during quarantine?
To stay productive. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of quarantine babies that are going to be coming soon.
Don't tell us all the details. You can leave those out.
So that's a different episode.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, thank you for joining us and checking in.
Joining us, thank you.
And sometimes I can speak, sometimes I cannot speaking so well.
We'll talk to you guys later, and we appreciate you, and just stay safe and healthy, and we should have put on our ninja masks.
Oh yeah, next time ninja mask.